Saturn transit. I'm going to share with you a complete premium content. Why I want to do that? Because I want to show you how these type of content we produce weekly, monthly, yearly. So this is one of the example I'm sharing with you, Saturn transit effect for you. So this is just like one of the example. Saturn transit effect for Sagittarius 2025. Saturn represent karma. Saturn represent work, profession, career, status, prestige, honor, money, financial backing. When you're talking about money, you're talking about Saturn. When you're talking about financial backing, then you're talking about Saturn. When you're talking income resources, Saturn, we're talking about Saturn. When you're talking property, wealth, assets, Saturn, we're talking about only Saturn. When you're converting in liquid cash into wealth or property or assets, we're talking about Saturn. When you're talking about anybody's lifespan, we're talking about Saturn. When you're talking about health issues, we're talking about Saturn. When you're talking about any crisis, a death crisis, trauma in the life, grief in the life, when you're talking about Saturn. Your hard work's reward, your whole service sector, your whole professional sector, your whole careers, your merchandising, you're only talking about Saturn. Saturn is quite important. So Saturn transit for Sagittarius for the future. So Saturn's effect for Sagittarius rising sign, for Sagittarius moon sign. The transit of Saturn for Sagittarius 2025-2027. So Saturn transit for rising sign Sagittarius, for moon sign Sagittarius, starting from 29th of March 2025. And Saturn will be in your 4th house. And it will be carrying on in your 4th house till 3rd of June 2027. When Saturn transit in 4th house, this will mark the start of Saturn's Daya. Daya means 2.5 years. This is the mark of Saturn's Daya. We always define the Saturn transiting through 4th house, to 8th house, to 10th house, Saturn Daya. And the Daya is very, very important, like a Sadisati. The Paya of Saturn in Saturn 4th house transit, Saturn Daya, is iron. So be prepared for unexpected challenges, unexpected obstacles. Sagittarius, you will go through lots of stress, health complications. Your expenditure can be paramount, more than your income resources. You go through major obstacle, delays, complication in your rising success, rising luck and prosperity. You go through sudden expenditure. You go through few domestic arguments, conflict and too much opposition. But as longer you exercise common sense, applied wisdom, you will be okay. You will face many complication delays in achieving your desired objectives. There will be few secret tension which you wouldn't share with anybody. You got to deal with your family, relationship related matters very carefully. Please refrain from living conflict and argument. There will be rising expenditure, health complication. You have to work hard on your communication with people around you, with world. Refrain from being sad, grumpy, bitter, and because that won't do anything for you. Look after your mother's health and well-being. You face few hassles linked with property, car. Saturn position in your 4th house, from your moon sign, from your rising sign, being an uneasy time for you. Apart from other aspect of life, your finances will require proper handling during this particular transit. Avoid wasting time and money. You may develop a lack of enthusiasm when it comes to your work, your job, your career, your profession. You may even start disliking your job. May face punishment from the boss or higher authority. Some of you are also likely to transfer to another place of work during this time period. Socially, this is not a good time for you. Making effort to maintain popularity in your social circle can be a struggle. Avoid any activity that may cause humiliation. Health matter require your focused attention. Some of you also likely to develop letharginess, stomach problems, and other minor health issues. You may also experience anguish, fear, and mental confusion, anxiety. Some of you also had bad thoughts, feel the urge to do sinful deeds. Avoid getting into argument with enemies. You may be separated from your friends, supporter, at home taking care of your family, and you are susceptible to disease or a life-threatening situation. There may be some sort of a bad news in the family. Avoid getting involved in any kind of unpleasant situation with family, relatives, nearest to dearest one. This time period may see you creating enemies within your own immediate family or with relatives. Beware of hidden enemies during this time period. On one hand, some of you are also expecting a childbirth in the family. On the other hand, but Saturn position in your 4th house means this is an extremely important transit of the transit Saturn. Very important transit for Saturn. At this time, you'll focus on innermost personal life, domestic life. For this is the area you require working now, your personal life, your domestic life. Any problem in domestic life will become more critical this time. And anything you have been putting up with but not really handling will have to dealt with now. Consequently, the effect of this transit range from simple reorganization of your domestic environment to a total reshuffling of your personal relationship, contract that affect your domestic life, and your home itself become a tremendous burden because of the payments, repair, or other such responsibility during this phase of time. Elements that cause you to become important to your life often come back into prominence now, especially if they are never resolved in the past. Therefore, this is especially good timing to get in touch with your innermost self through psychotherapy or other conscious raising and conscious expanding techniques. During this time period, you may have to take on parental responsibility for someone. Not necessary for your child, but you may seek out someone who will play a parental role for you if you do find a parent. However, making sure that this situation will ultimately lead to independence on your part. Be certain that it is a growth relationship for you, not the beginning of a long-term dependency, no, which would prove detrimental in the years to come. So at this time, a period of several years of preparation is coming to an end. You are ready to emerge from comparative dormancy, at least in terms of outward success. Begin to move upward and forward to achieve your ambitions. But you must start modestly. The 4th house acts as a foundation of your horoscope. So you must pay attention to securing and building up this foundation. This is what lies behind your outward concern with your physical home. It is really the inner house that you are intending to, which is the reason that it's such a good time to involve in psychotherapy. Inner problem that you do not clear up now will be the source of the most of the problem along with your personal road during this next 14 years. The 4th house is the opposite to the 10th house of career, social status. Any negative factor at work here will oppose your successful achievement later on. This is a time of new beginning. So get off to the good start. Whenever you face any of the following problems, complications when Saturn transiting through your 4th house. Ruining people's money. Your Saturn is inactive. Lack of money, no money at all. Saturn is inactive. Health issue linked with bladder. Urine-related problem, male or female health issue. Saturn is inactive. Living in a rented accommodation. Saturn is inactive. Loss of a property. Saturn is inactive. You become adulterer. Saturn is inactive. Loss of personal happiness. Saturn is inactive. Crisis linked with your mother. Saturn is inactive. Crisis linked with your parents. Saturn is inactive. This is a video regarding Saturn transit for all the signs, and this video is actually a premium video which we are sharing with all of you, for everybody. Saturn transit effect we define to the fullest, and for the near about between March 2025 till June 2027. All the phases of Saturn, what is happening, plus task precaution chantings, the support system, how you will identify your Saturn is inactive, and what you can do if Saturn is inactive astrologically, what the best tasks you can do, what chanting you must do. This will define you completely. And Saturn transit is extremely important for all of you, because Saturn represents job, career, employment, profession, status, prestige, honor, financial backing, money situation, resources, property, wealth, hard work's reward. So your whole service sector, the whole professional sector, your career, your merchandising, everything is Saturn. So Saturn transit is extremely important for any individual as well as for a country. Your financial backing, country's economy based on Saturn. So appreciate this video, and I hope you'll give us liking and become our subscribers of YouTube, as well as become my diamond subscriber if you can. Take the full benefit. All the videos, premium videos are like this. Weekly, monthly, yearly, like this. So I hope you'll appreciate this video.